Hey everybody, it's Invicta. It's time to Eden Run here, the Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance series. Happy Wednesday, Mosh Pit. I hope your midweeks are going off to a good start. We did have another video. Across 3,000 likes. Thank you all very much for making it possible. We are now in the single digits for this Invicta Challenge run, which is going to be happening on the YouTube save file, and it's going to be spicy. Spicy. Something that isn't spicy, but very funny. Here's your meme of the day, brought to you by Tubson KFC. Title thread was episode 1073. I thought one toothless map was hilarious enough, but then we got back-to-back mini toothless map. Made my day after a crappy week at work. Hashtag Animaps. I just love this. I mean, I've never seen the movie. I think it's How to Train Your Dragon that showed Toothless, but I do watch a YouTube channel that covers Godzilla stuff, and they did like a Godzilla versus Toothless, who would win, and of course Godzilla would win, but I at least know what Toothless is. So and it kind of got me like wanting to watch that movie. So let me know in the comments down below which one I should start with. I think there might be two. I don't know. D-Day is going to be November 3, Tango 9, 1 Lima, Romeo 9. We got D Bizzle, and we've got good tiers. Now we don't, but I'm not dealing with Ringworm from the very get-go. We also have the Poop, which is a very, very crappy start in terms of our active item anyway. D Bizzle, of course, is going to take 1.5 red hearts and potentially turn them into soul hearts, but most likely will just give us a bunch of pills that we won't take, or spiders that will try to harm us right now. I think a good cardio coin here, so 8 cents, definitely take that. And I mean, you know, I didn't think that we would ever find an item that I would just pass up for the Poop, but here we are. Mom's Pad is, yep. I mean, it is, it's not as good as the Poop here, and I hate to even say that, because at least the Poop can do this. At least it can be used as a blockage for something that's coming after you. Now, of course, I did that too late because the flies in here were not killed in a good amount of time. But another reason why the Poop is technically better here, in my opinion, than Mom's Pad, is because of the fact it can give us red hearts, and that's the important thing to help out with D Bizzle, because obviously we're going to need all the HP we can get here with terrible movement speed yet again. Yeah, our shot speed's very good. I mean, everything is very decent here, except for our tiers, which are slightly below average. But our movement speed is just, I don't know what's been going on, man. It's been kind of weird lately. I'm going to buy this sack to hopefully get a bomb. We did get a bomb, and only one bomb. I was hoping for a little bit more there, but at least we can go check out this chest here. I don't think this is going to be enough. I don't think this is close enough to hit the secret room. Oh, it is. Okay. I was going to say it was going to be close, but at least we got absolutely bloody nothing. So, yeah, that was just a waste of all that goodness that we have from Cardio Coin. All right. All right. D Bizzle does have 1/2 red heart in the pocket, and that's something that, like, I think someone should at least mod in the game, if not add to the game. I think it would be cool to see D Bizzle's eyes light up, like whenever he gets a half red heart. Like his left eye should start glowing. Whenever he gets like 1.5 red hearts, or 1 red heart, his other eye starts glowing, and then after that, of course, on the next red heart, he, you know, that's when you know he's going to pay out. That way, you can kind of predict, you know, if you can time to get your HP out from D Bizzle, that'd be great. I don't know in what scenario that would be helpful, but you never know. You just never know. I think something like that would be cool. Just add a little bit of extra flair to D Bizzle. You're trying to not get murked here by these flies. Our terrible movement speed. Yeah, I don't know what's the deal with our movement speed, man. Lately, it has been very, very, very bad. This is the worst, by far the worst red dingle arena you can get, because not only do you have to deal with red dingle, but you also have to deal with these friggin' eternal flies here. They have to be taken out first. There's no compromise. They have to be taken out first. To fight red dingle, you have to have full control, and you have to have full freedom over this entire arena. Because what he's going to do is he's going to throw out those red poops, and that lowers the amount of surface area that you can actually move towards. So now this is counterintuitive for him slightly, because obviously it also makes a blockade for you that you can hide behind if you have like really bad movement speed like we do right now. So in a way, he kind of makes his own little weakness at the same time of also hindering you. But this is a very, very bad fight for us here with 0.91 movement speed. And it's really no surprise that we've taken damage here on floor 1. This poor mobility. So you see what I'm talking about right there? He just kind of made us a nice little base that we can kind of like sneak underneath, and we do get HP, which is something. D-Bizzle is going to pay us back with our soul heart, so thank you, D-Bizzle. But yeah, that was kind of a nothing burger of a map. First the Lost. So we go on to last week's question of the episode here, which came in from the I Can episode, which obviously was an All Might reference after the horrific run that we had prior to that on last Tuesday anyway. And you know, I was just like, I need to find like an inspiring. I'm down in the dumps. Everyone's kind of down in the dumps right now, except for the people who love the struggle bus runs with all these crappy runs. How can I make it seem like there's hope, you know? And I was like, there's only one character that I can think of that would really inspire like that much hope, and of course it'd be All Might. So, and he is one of my favorite anime characters ever. So that is where that thumbnail came from. And then going on to the question of the episode came in from Coachable Spoon 9838, who said, question of the day, when the Isaac co-op mod is fully worked out, will you at least play with one off to see how it plays? Hopefully with Ryan, or even make a new series of a street co-op or something like that. I'm not planning on collabing with anybody when the multiplayer stuff comes out. It'd be cool to do a one-off with Ryan. I'll see if he wants to do one, but other than that, I mean, the multiplayer stuff doesn't really interest me. I'm more interested in seeing what they end up doing for the balance of the game and seeing what they change for items and stuff. I did not play in the alpha or the beta. And I think the new version is probably going to be like, or I think it's going to be done sometime late this year. Like I'm talking like probably November or December, somewhere around there. And that's me saying without having any sort of like prior knowledge or anything in the inner workings of the release dates for Nicholas. I'm just saying I envision it happening sometime. If it's going to be this year, it's going to be in the winter. But I think personally that it's not going to happen this year. I think it's going to happen next year for the multiplayer stuff. And then we'll see Mugenics in 2026 probably, and then, you know, from there, who knows? Who knows with Isaac? Isaac 2 would be the next thing. But yeah, I didn't test any of the multiplayer stuff. It just didn't really, like, I don't play Isaac for multiplayer. That's the thing, and that's something that I've talked about often in these videos, is that, you know, Isaac is really suffering from an identity crisis in Repentance, and which is one of the main problems that I have with it, is the fact that it's always been a single player game, always, and they can add multiplayer aspects to it. That's fine. Just don't balance it around it. That's the thing. You know, balancing a game around a mode that not the majority of the population of players plays or doesn't play is a bad idea. And I don't want multiplayer to kind of seep into the balance design and core design of Isaac, which has always been a single player game. So yes, it's going to be cool to run around with your friends. It's going to be cool to run around with your kids and play Isaac and that sort of stuff. But that is not something that I'm mainly interested in. But it's a good question though, and I hope that a lot of people do have a lot of fun with the multiplayer mod. I'm sure I'll do a one-off, just as an announcement to say, hey, by the way, it's out. You know, go check it out. I'm assuredly going to be a free DLC, but you know, it's a lot of work. I know that a lot of people are working on it, and they want it to be good too. And that's. I would be shocked if we had some kind of like meta progression or something like that built into the multiplayer where you like have to do unlocks doing it. I know that I would not be happy about that, being forced to play a mode. It would be kind of like the achievement that forces you to do the daily runs just to get Dead God. I don't even remember what that one unlocks anymore. But we do have piercing shots here, and that's going to destroy our fire or our shot speed, but Having the piercing shots and spectral tears is very, very, very useful here, especially when we're looking at a low, you know, a low damage run. And again, it's not that our damage is really, like, we've had worse runs here than this, especially lately with damage. Wanted to get that soul heart here. You know, 3.58 is slightly above average, but we definitely need to get something here. And not losing a soul heart to Green Gemini is going to be pretty primo right now. I'm not going to use my other bomb for this. We should be okay. Despite us having piercing and spectral tears. Yeah, that is significantly better than the boop. One more crap for the road, and we are off. Okay, so sulfur, we know that sulfur can carry, and we're going to need it to carry us here. Is a rechargeable brimstone that you can use once every 3 rooms, unless you have some kind of augmentation for your active item charges. It's very, very good in terms of just saving you in like early boss rooms or early boss fights where you just don't have a lot of damage, or if you just don't have any good tier effects or anything like that. It also contributes, of course, to the Leviathan transformation, which is another main reason why I really, really love sulfur. And on top of all that, dog, it also gives you a damage upgrade. So what's there not to like? It is a quintessential carry item, and I like it a lot. Way better than the poop. So ideally, we would get something like the 4.5 volt in order for us to be able to, you know, reasonably assume that we're going to be able to use sulfur a little bit sooner than we normally would be able to. Less than 3 rooms, let's put it that way. Also, this room is absolute hell. Y'all need to stop that, please. No, one of them is one-tapped up there. There it is. You're seeing here the advantages. Imagine this room without having piercing shots. Ugh. It would be absolute brutality. This is definitely a brimstoneable room here, just with all these Globins here and our bad movement speed. We cannot afford to get hit by them. I wish we had the real thing. The real brimstone would make me feel a lot better about where we are right now, which is... Right now, I'm not feeling good. I really get skittish when it comes to bad movement speed runs, especially lately. D-Bizzle's absolutely crushing it for us right now. I see you, D-Bizzle. Hey, look, that's all I'm looking for, son. We're not looking for perfection. We're just looking for you to perform the way that we expect you to. Like a big-time player. That's all we're asking. Nobody's perfect, and, you know, we understand that. There we go. I was trying to rush there to get that bomb fly to give us access into the super secret room here, and yep. I think we didn't waste a bomb for that, and yep. I am going to use a bomb here for the donation machine and for the keeper. I am going to buy the full charge here just because we have a little bit of extra money. I know we haven't been to the item room yet, but I want to go fight the boss first because hopefully Gertie gives us a movement speed upgrade. But yeah, with the abysmal runs that we've been having lately, right now I get spooked when it comes to bad movement speed. There's something very primal about my reaction to this lack of mobility in Isaac. His bad mobility is a death sentence. I mean, we've seen it come very, very close a couple of times, where if you're just unable to mitigate damage through mobility, you run out of HP very quickly. And then you couple that with either bad damage or bad tiers or just bad DPS in general, then you're looking at a disaster situation. So we're not in a disaster situation, obviously, right now. We keep getting these crappy boss items, and we're going to find ourselves real quick in a disaster area. This is... I mean, we got an HP upgrade on floor 1. We had experimental treatment on floor 2. and then a range upgrade and luck upgrade on floor 3. So we need something a little bit better here, game. Hoping that there's Cricket's head or something massive inside of the item room for us. And remember, we also paid 5 cents for that boss fight there with Gertie, so we needed to get something that, I mean, technically, I guess we paid 4 cents if you really want to go there. All right, still looking for the item room here. You can kind of ignore the NASA worm in this one because if you detonate even one of the bomb flies near it, it's going to die. The big thing is to not get hit right there by a death rattle. Doesn't look like Diablo 4 in here with how many death rattles are everywhere. And again, I never feel comfortable on low movement speed runs. And we go to yet another dead end. All right. How does he do it? Truly in midweek form. We're going to get hit. I already know that we're going to get hit in this room. Surprised we didn't. Maybe the item room is this way. I mean, it is the only way we can go. Hey, look at that. Lucky us. And was it worth this entire journey over here? Post your comments down below. Let me know. You got 10 seconds. All right, here we go. Yeah. Super. All right. Oh boy, we're looking pretty crawlish right now, I gotta tell you what. Oh, good job, Sinvicta. Can you just once not fire immediately when you walk into a room? If we have a charge item, that's one thing, but like literally just stop firing. Just once, please. We could have gotten a golden bomb in the shop, but there's no way I would have bought that before fighting the boss anyway. So, but we can go back up here and see if we have magic mush. All right. We could go up to the golden chest and maybe open one and get another key and open the other. But I'd rather go down to the next floor. Boss rush is not happening because it's 15.5 minutes on floor 3. There's no tinted rock in here. We might be able to find a crawl space. Every now and then the game will throw a crawl space in the path of alt path. But not this time. That was Hemoptysis sneeze. And so we know that we're at least not going to have to use a key to get into the item room. We use half of the... Well, we basically use our Dreamcatcher charge to get into the curse room here. This Dreamcatcher gives us 1/2 of a soul heart, and then we get more soul hearts. So we profited 1 soul heart, which is nice. But man, this is rough. Oh boy. All right, let's see what we have here, shall we? Is it an item room? Is it a challenge room? Is it a sack room shuffle? By any means, no. We're just gonna get run over by floor lickers. Okay. I'm gonna say this right now. Thank the good dude that we have Sulfur, because we are in prime position for disaster here if we don't get any major stat ups on this floor. Going into Depths 1, with the stats that we have right now, is abysmal. That was some grade A clown physics right there. think one tooth shoved the other one tooth, and somehow both ended up bouncing off of each other. Trying to target the champion here first. Wow, this is. So yeah, so you remember when I was talking about how like I'm kind of over these really bad runs and doing longer videos. Yeah, we're still in that phase right now. I would kill to get the stopwatch here, just to get some kind of movement, you know? Of course, slowing everything down is also going to be something big. And someone not that long ago left a comment, a very peculiar comment in my comment section, asking me how come I never mention the fact that the stopwatch actually is not a speed upgrade, but instead slows everything down. But all I talk about is the movement speed upgrade, which, I mean, technically it is a movement speed upgrade first. And then, like, I don't ever mention what the stopwatch does because I just assume that everyone knows. But if you don't know what the stopwatch does, my apologies. It is an item that gives you a movement speed upgrade, but also slows down everything in the room for the rest of the run. It also slows down the music. It is one of the oldest items in Isaac, and was one of the few items that I would ever pass up on for being overly strong, just being too OP, because it made the game too easy. But since they actually added a movement speed upgrade, I take it every friggin' time, brother. This has shades of last week written all over it, especially with Blue Baby's only friend here. I mean, if we get a bomb, like, I'll have to take it, but I'm just seriously, like, I'm just looking for a sack room right now because we have enough HP. Again, we don't have to worry about ever going into the item room on this floor because we know that it's going to be Hemoptysis, which actually wouldn't be, now that I think about it, I forgot that we have sulfur in this equation. Going back and getting the Brimstone Curse for stuff, it would actually be smart. So we do need to actually go into that item room. But the biggest thing that we're looking for right now is either an arcade or something like just anything that can give us money. Because I want to go get the movement speed upgrade. We need the movement speed upgrade. And we have somehow found the boss. I was for sure it's going to be to the north of here, but... Okay, so we can get Blue Baby's only friend, which I can't even believe that we're in the situation yet again, but... I mean, hey, it deals more damage than we do if we take sulfur out of the equation. We should go fight the boss now. Even though I have not bombed a keeper or a judgment, we have a full charge on sulfur. Let's just go ahead and peel the missed Devil Deal band-aid off right away. Yeah, and this is an exercise in patience with bad movement speed here. I think we take the time to charge sulfur whenever Peep jumps in the air, like actually jumps. Unless he's going to make it easy for us. That's fine, too. And remember, we get a damage upgrade when we use sulfur. We get another HP upgrade. And, I mean, I am going to take Sack Dagger. Black Powder would be fine if we had movement speed, but right now it's just laughable. I do want Gimpy because we are going to be taking lots of damage. So Gimpy at least gives us a chance to recoup some of that. Sack Dagger is going to help. For sure is going to help here, but it's not the end all be all. We need either the Book of Shadows or Unicorn Stump or something like that to synergize with this, and we've gone the wrong way. All right. All right. Yep. All right. So now we can go find that item room, and we're going to go hopefully also find a bunch of money that we can get this movement speed upgrade in. You got to keep your eyes on the prize. There's a 0% chance we make it out of here without taking damage. 0% chance. Like, there's not too many absolutes in this world, but us leaving that room without taking damage was an absolute guarantee. Game, we just need a nickel. All I'm asking is just a chance here. Just give me a bone so we can at least maybe get a speed upgrade, please. You're gonna dangle a speed upgrade in my face and then not give us a way to get it, aren't you? Best chance. Yep. 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 And that's Isaac, baby. Just checking to see if we missed any fires. Maybe they'll have a miracle nickel or two. No. No. Oh, yep. That is classic right there. We get a movement speed upgrade that we cannot take on a run where we desperately need movement speed. So thank you, game. I mean, hey, at least the game gave its hand away, right? Like, we know what kind of mood it's in today, because, man. Wig is yet another item that does not give us stats, but at least it helps us out a little bit with damage. Thank you, D-Bizzle. I say that very loosely because obviously it works off of spiders and flies, which, you know, we have to have damage in order for them to deal damage, but at least it's something. Yeah, just consider rooms like this just to be a guarantee hit. Okay, we got a key out of there. Yeah, Black Rune, at least it gives us something. I don't even care about, like, we're not gonna get a double deal here. And if we do, it's probably not going to be good. My only objective right now is to get stats. Coming in here without having a full charge on Sulfur was kind of irresponsible, but we've got Sack Dagger at least. I don't know how that cage is still alive up there. Now, these HP bars don't make any sense. I don't know how this one, yeah. So we have the Black Rune, which is going to give us the Void effect, and we're going to be able to take a passive item that we don't want and turn it to, hopefully, some good stats. But we get our third HP upgrade in a row. And at least we have our golden hearts, so Super Seed Room might be there. I can't really use the Black Rune on an HP upgrade. I really can't. Because we need the HP upgrade right now. We can't. We're barely outrunning the guts. Great blocked by Sack Dagger with me not paying attention there for a second. D-Bizzle has access to those hearts, thankfully. D-Bizzle, I mean, hey, you know, he's the lad's trying his best. He's doing a pretty damn good job of keeping us fed here, at least. And alive, but man. Yeah. All right. So now I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to use 9 lives helps, but I don't know if I'm going to use the black rune here in this item room or not. I'm tired of this. I will start black heart bombing if I have to. Gave us movement speed. That's better than Mom's wig. It's not that I think Mom's wig is bad, because it's not. It's just that right now, what I was talking about earlier about having, we need to have damage to do damage with spiders and flies. Yeah, that to me is, our damage is so low right now that, in my mind anyway, there's no real advantage to having Mom's wig over trying to go for a base stat upgrade. One that we need, it's like a movement speed upgrade, for example. So, yes, we would have a situation where we would be dealing damage with spiders and flies, but by a magnitude of 1.5 to 3.58 damage, versus us possibly getting something that's going to benefit us better than slightly dealing more damage. Secret room might be north of the curse room, which would not surprise me, but we'll never find out. Because right now, we're in the doldrums now. We are in it. We are in the danger zone in terms of our damage, in terms of mobility. I mean, everything is bad right now. That was Candy Heart inside of the item room, which I would be a little bit more hyped for if we had a little bit more red hearts. But the problem with Candy Heart here is that it's not going to be able to benefit us anytime soon. And we're already well into the mid-late game right now. Or I should say the late-mid game right now. We're not in the late game yet. Now, I'm still going to take it, of course, because right now we need anything and everything. But the problem is with Candy Heart as well is that D-Bizzle is also going to be consuming a lot of our potential stat ups there. So, it's kind of like it's a catch-22 here in terms of what are we actually going to be able to do with it. Gonna take Counterfeit Penny. Never know. We get 9 lives, which does help alleviate the worry a little bit, but not totally. I'm just trying to get some cheeky sack dagger damage here. I know there's a tinted rock, but we can't do anything about that in the item room. Gonna be a skeletal hand, so just drop them on this side of the 5, then walk in and just deal your damage. The fissures can't cross over these gaps, thank goodness. One of the few things they won't do. So we still need to go find the shop. Hopefully it's an actual shop and not one that just has a soul heart in it and a couple flies. If we have an opportunity to play a sack room, we have to. We absolutely have to play the sack room shuffle here if we get one. Especially with 9 lives. I mean, right now it's all hands on deck. We got to do as much as we can here. Check out the curse room real quick. We don't have a bomb to open that, so... But it wouldn't be a double deal item anyway. I'm gonna let Blue Baby's only friend handle this. So, unfortunately, this greed fight does not count as a greed fight. It still will act as it doesn't count as a mini boss fight. I mean, which means that we still potentially could have a greed fight in the shop. And at this point, I'm kind of expecting it, to be honest. I'm gonna grab this key because it's basically free. Okay, so there is a sack room. I cannot believe that we still haven't found the shop. I mean, just look at this, like, just Cthulhian nightmare backrooms corridor of a map we're on right now. How many rooms is that? Just straight away. Just let's see. One, counting the boss room. These maps have been something else lately. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He basically made me lose count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 rooms that we're looking at right now, if we include this as a double room. And that's just lengthwise. Yeah, we are going to do this, but first I want to go find the shop. We finally found it. Get the compass, which does help us a little bit. But again, the problem right now is that I want to play. I would like to play the sack room, and we have to play the sack room shuffle at this point. So we are going to lose some lives here, and the problem now becomes how low are we going to go for the next floor with 9 lives, but with these awful stats here. We get redemption, which is something. Redemption, we are once again calling upon your services to help us in our time of need. I'm actually not going to take these soul hearts. I'm just going to die here. Reason being is because I don't want to waste a soul heart and then have to pick up this other soul heart over here. Whereas we can lose a meaningless life right now and start with 2 soul hearts. But it's unfortunate that we did not get the lovers. It's unfortunate that we did not get the 7 soul hearts there, or even get a devil deal. So now we're at the mercy of possibly getting an angel deal, but I have a feeling, based on how the game's been acting today, I have a feeling we're going to be waiting until the next floor before we finally get our next devil deal chance. Now I could have and maybe should have gone to the boss trap room first to see if there was something in there of note. It would actually be smart to do so. But that uses our last of the soul hearts. So it's a straight up misplay. I should have gone into the boss trap room before picking up those soul hearts, and now it would be a total waste and possibly even lethal for us to go in and blow all these soul hearts and then just to ape in on the boss trap room and then just die anyway. So unfortunately, we don't have sulfur here again. Can't stop doing that. I turret thought he was being slick. And how happy are we that we got that 0.2 movement speed upgrade from the Black Rune? Try my best not to get hit with anything here. Amazing that we still haven't been hit yet. What? Yeah. And that's exactly what I thought would happen. We would get skunked on a devil deal. Man. I can't even kill myself to go get that Eternal Heart and go check to see what's in. For some reason, I don't know why. For some reason, I thought that I went back and got that Fool card. I don't know why I thought that. Yeah, this whole floor is a discombobulation of nightmares. I'm thrown off right now by just how bad we're looking at the situation. And it's going to start crashing down here in a hurry. We have to hope that Fallen gives us something good, and then we get an actual devil deal, and not a Krampus fight. Which we all know what's coming. The writing is on the wall for this run here. You see it, I see it. I'm not afraid to say it. That way we can be pleasantly surprised when we don't get a Krampus fight. This damage is truly... Yeah, I mean, we might as well. At this point, we're not taking red hearts for Candy Heart as much as I would like to. Brother, just if y'all could just like stay still. Instead of like following me around, like all I'm trying to do is shoot you. And you'll see me pull off a lot here. By pulling off, I mean stop firing so we can control our outgoing DPS and not get hit by the 1 bajillion death rattles in the game. We're going to take damage in here. There's no way we don't. Thankfully, Gimpy hooked us up here. We also got a couple of red hearts, which D-Bizzle promptly paid out with a spider. Okay. Don't use sulfur in this room. You need sulfur for the boss. We need sulfur for the boss, Brain. I know we're recording this at like 6:48 a.m. But let's try to stay focused here. Okay, so Fallen, you can redeem everything by giving us a guppy item and then putting us in a devil deal that also has a guppy item in it. Surely that's going to happen, right? 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 Megaton, and yeah. All right, it falls on redemption yet again. Redemption for the save. 1.69 damage of permanent damage upgrade there from simply not taking a devil deal. I mean, I know that I'm in my honeymoon phase when it comes to redemption. But man, if you're not using redemption at this point, I mean, what are you doing? There's a Sacrum here, but the problem is that we do not have the HP to facilitate a full Sacrum shuffle, which would be, I think, borderline suicidal at this point. D-Bizzle, you're killing me, man. I'm trying to get red hearts for stats here. Any stat ups that we can get with Candy Heart is just so sweet. You have a boss trap room, which we technically will probably end up seeing, to be honest. Yeah, this is hell. Wow, I can't believe we actually... Just that little bit of damage upgrade we got there from Redemption is the world right now. Thankfully, those yellow champions did drop us a bunch of full charges. Well, not full charges, but enough to give us a full charge. Redemption is giving me hope, but the thing is, the big caveat here is that we have to get a devil deal in order to let redemption kind of do its thing. Got a 0.1 damage up from Candy Heart. That is like mana from the heavens. And maintaining the polar invincibility is extremely important. Even though I just ruined it, remember we're still trying to gain stats here. Candy Heart. Now, what we could do if we didn't have Debizzle, we would have a very good opportunity to ball out of control with the IV bag. But the problem is that we don't. Debizzle complicates the matter here with us having Candy Heart. Now we gotta really hope that we get a devil deal here, so at least we're guaranteed a damage up. And I remembered that we had sulfur. Doing what I can here. I don't care about losing the HP because we're going to die anyway if we do get a devil deal, which we do get a devil deal. And it's Damocles and the Pact. We cannot pass up the Pact here. We just cannot. So I'm going to take the Pact so we stay in here. Then I'm going to take Damocles. Okay, and then I'm going to use Damocles. We're going to take Sulfur back. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go into the boss trap room. Now that we have Damocles, to see if we can get an extra item. Now is the time when we should think about playing the doing the Sacrum Shuffle, but we simply do not have enough HP. If somehow Damocles gives us 2 HP upgrades in the boss trap room, we are in business then. The Pact is a tears up and a damage up. We cannot pass that up. As much as I would love to ride on redemption here, we can't. We needed that. We needed that so bad. It's 2 massive damage ups for us. Now I'm not looking to try to trigger Damocles here, so I would prefer we don't take any damage. But we might as well just off ourselves now, to be honest. The thing is, though, with Damocles, we don't want to find ourselves in a situation where we go to one life and still have not triggered Damocles. So we can't necessarily just be losing lives left and right. Like that. Yeah, and that is the direct result of just no movement speed. I mean, can't maneuver, can't get out of the way. So the race is on now. See if we can get more out of Damocles, which we probably won't, to be honest, because there's no other opportunities for us to get item pedestals at this point, unless if there's a Sacrum Shuffle. But at least the boss trap room gave us 2 huge damage upgrades and a shot speed upgrade. So now we gotta drive it home. I know. People are going to be saying, how come you didn't take that there Harbingers? Little Harbingers would have helped you. True. Had we not had any damage upgrades anywhere in that level, I would have been forced to take Little Harbingers out of pure desperation. But since we got those damage upgrades, there's no reason for me to take them. Those of you who play Isaac, you know how difficult it is to operate this late in the game with movement speed like this. It is a very, very big challenge. It was a great block by Sack Dagger, and then it wasn't. Because I was not expecting Deacon to fire off just a Gatling gun of shots. Yeah, we are not okay in this. We are not okay by any means. And this one's definitely clocking close to a 1 on the Jasonator scale, I would have to say. Maybe not a 1 because of our ending stats are going to be okay if we do end up winning this one. But man, it has been a chore. Gave us a crawl space. Fortunately, we have no way of getting in there. Unless... You gotta be kidding me. Okay, Queen of Hearts is gonna help us out. I mean, pause would allow us to use Sack Dagger. But pause is not infinite, though. We can at least use it against Isaac. I still think that Sulfur is going to be our better bet. Because we can use Sulfur to clear other rooms as well, not just fight the boss. Now, I know what your question might be. You might be saying, Victor, when are you going to use the Queen of Hearts? When we absolutely have to. See, what we cannot do is we cannot be losing hearts. We cannot be losing lives like this. With Damocles hanging over our head and still not proccing. Come on, left hand. You gotta be better than this. Also, can we stop getting the haunts? Can we just stop getting these? Because that would be great. They are very annoying on this movement speed here. Okay, so I'm not going to use the Queen of Hearts on this floor until I absolutely have to. I'm going to go back and go get pause. This is how desperate that we've become on this run. We're using pause against Isaac. To try to kill him with Sack Dagger before he can wake up. Should put... I say I should put Blue Baby's only friend on top of him. The pause was about to be done anyway. I am on tilt right now. I am really baffled by us getting another one of these low movement speed runs in such rapid succession. From, I mean, it's not rare for us to have a bad run once a week, maybe twice a week. But for us to have the magnitude of bad runs that we've had in the last week, all with the same sort of symptoms, is shocking. It really is. Yeah, we didn't even use the sneeze. This entire episode, we didn't even use it. Okay, so we're gonna go back and go get sulfur because we have to. I'm not going to use the Queen of Hearts until we get into the chest, and I really, 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 really want to keep the left hand in there, but I know that we cannot, because if we find a situation where we do find a lot of really good double deal items in there, we go down to 1 heart or 1 life, and Damocles still has not gone off yet, that is the true nightmare situation. So as much as I would love to have the left hand help us out with double deals and guppy items, we simply cannot do it. And even then, we're at the mercy of this Queen of Hearts at this point. So Queen of Hearts, you've got to be good here. That was not good. That was barely half of what you can do. And D-Bizzle gave us 3 cards and a heart. And a Rotten Judgment. Okay, Fortune Tell Machine. We're playing this until we hit 0 on the money meter, or until it blows up and gives us the Fortune Telling Machine. Let's count how many soul hearts we get on a run like this. Two soul hearts. Yep. Yep. If you ever tried to doubt that this game doesn't get in moods, let that be a lesson to you right there. That is unbelievable. But somehow not surprising. $0.99, 2 soul hearts. Yep. I would love one of the math nerds in the mosh pit to figure out the chances of that happening. Especially, like, given the fact that, like, you know, the machine is supposed to break after like 50 cents or something like that. Would love to know the percentages on that, because that is Invicta luck personified right there. I ended up taking chocolate milk here because it does actually help us with damage quite a bit. And it's going to be massive for us with sulfur. I'm going to be sneezing constantly because obviously I'm tap firing here. And there's not really much I can do about that, but this at least makes up for the fact that we don't have to worry about our tears rate because we're firing independently from that now. Now we're at the point where we may want to keep some HP on the ground, because if Damocles falls, then we're going to be stuck here. I'm keeping Jello as a backup against Blue Baby in case Damocles does actually fall, which I'm totally expecting to, especially on a run like this. So what we need is a couple of Soul Hearts for D-Bizzle to leave on the ground for us just as backup. I do not know how this other stain is still alive. Okay, we're just going to go for it here. I'm not even going to try to go for the sneeze. If he gets close to us, then fine. Thank you for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoyed that episode of The Binding of Isaac Repentance. If you did, make sure you click the like button, leave a comment down below, and thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing, and I will see you all next time. Thanks for watching this video. I'd like thanks to patrons of mine like Medic Wolf, Happy B-Day Nash, and Bryson Wills. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of the next episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find at patreon.com/Invicta.